about the extensions. Let's talk about Kingsbury and Kime getting extensions. I believe they're extended through 2027.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to that? Are you for that? Are you against that?
Obviously, with the recent news with, I don't know how much you want to get into that, but with the Steve Wilkes, joining the Brian Flores lawsuit, that is a whole, there's a whole new significance to that question now. When it first happened, a lot of fans, who are down on the two, Kime and Kingsbury, were not happy about it. And, I understood it. When I looked at it, I thought, okay, that's a 5-year extension through 2027. That's probably going to line up with what Kyler Murray's contract is going to be in terms of whenever they sign that extension. So my thought going into it was they have anchored themselves to these three. They've tied their future to these three. Kyler's extension is just a matter of time. And they're lining the three up to give it a 5-year run. Well, 6-year or 7. Yeah, 6-year if you include, I guess, the I guess no, that would be 5 years from now. So a 5-year run to give them a chance to show that, this is the trio. And if they don't, then they've got all three of them ending their contracts and they can do a clean sweep. So I saw it as they wanted to commit to this. They're going to commit to this trio. They're going to try to make it work. And, to some degree, when you're trying to, get free agents to sign or re-sign, that you don't want to have someone who's on a 1-year contract, a coach or GM. You want people to feel like there's stability. So, so that's kind of how I saw it. I understand why people were frustrated by it, but I also get it. You either have to commit to these guys and stay the course, or you got to, you're not keeping Kyler without Cliff or Cliff without Kyler. At this point, they're really tied at the hip. So, that's kind of how I saw it.
I agree with your assessment that they're definitely tied at the hip. I mean, the Cardinals the previous year before they drafted Kyler Murray, they drafted Josh Rosen with their first-round pick, and they also had a new head coach in Steve Wilkes, and they completely, revamped that plan by getting rid of both the player and the coach to bring in Kingsbury because they knew he had a relationship with Kyler. So, yeah, they're going to be together for the next at least 5 years. I don't see the Cardinals getting rid of Kyler Murray. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. They just have to, learn how to finish and have some playoff success, some sustained success. As far as Kime, I would ask you this. I'm asking you on the spot. Like within the last, let's say 3 to 4 years, who's been his most productive draft pick? If you could. At the top of your head.
Well, obviously Kyler, you have to put him up there, but Budda Baker is another guy, who he's drafted in the second round. Who's been a stud. So Byron Murphy Jr. has been a decent cornerback for them. Chase Edmonds, was a 4th-round pick who contributed. Yeah. Christian Kirk, was productive, obviously, but he moved on. But Budda Baker is the best pick in my opinion.